Hi all, welcome back to my YouTube channel and thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you're new here, hello, I'm Eliza and I make content every Thursday at 5 p.m. all about disability awareness, LGBTQ+ positivity and lifestyle things. And today we're going to be reacting to some more ableist TikTok, and I am a disabled person. I've done these in the past and you guys really like them. So here we go, a disabled person reacting to ableist TikTok. Let's go! As always, before we start watching these TikToks, please be aware, obviously, we're going to be discussing ableism. We're going to be talking about the effects of ableism. Some of these TikToks are going to be pretty ableist. Some of them are not going to be like quite so obviously ableist, but I'm going to explain to you why they can be hurtful to some disabled people. So please don't take this as like, oh my goodness, this person like picks and chooses everything, blah, blah, blah. Some things people's intention is definitely not to be ableist, and it's really important to recognize that, but just to discuss the behavior and talk about why it could be offensive to some people, because sometimes we can do things with the intent of being funny or kind and things like that, but sometimes it doesn't always get taken that way, or maybe your intent is, you know, like the message just isn't ideal. So yes, watch with caution. So hello, I'm in my new setup. Do you like it? Here's Pascal, cutie. And yeah, I've been scouring through TikTok and unfortunately these are far too easy to be found. I think that these are all new ones. If there are any repeats, I'm sorry. I've done quite a few of these videos now, but yeah, let's go.
I just slide in the throat. I got high and got low. Yeah, low. We got 5, we got scopes. Yeah, we got 5, we got 4. We got 4, we got 5.
Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, I'm disabled. I'm not deaf. I have multiple conditions that affect my mental health and mobility, but I do have quite a lot of deaf friends, deaf family and things like that. And this TikTok to me just makes zero sense. And to me, the intention is just to be ableist and to make fun of deaf people. It makes zero sense. You can literally feel when a Hoover is on. Also, not all deaf people have like zero hearing, but you can literally feel and see when a Hoover is on if it's working. A deaf person isn't just going to go around like pretending to Hoover their house and be like, oh no, it's not on. They just turn it on like everyone else. And many deaf people will have things like hearing aids and cochlear implants. Obviously not all, but many will, and so they should be able to like hear it, but even if they don't or can't hear it, you'd be able to see it. There's this weird like idea that deaf people just can't do anything. I think it happens with a lot with like disabled people as well. Like I saw a TikTok the other day about how deaf people shouldn't drive, and like many deaf people, in fact in recent studies, has been proved to be better drivers than hearing people, when many hearing people have like music blaring anyway. Yeah, a deaf person is going to be able to tell if the Hoover is on or not, and your joke is just not funny, and to me just makes like zero sense. And I don't know, maybe it's because I'm neurodivergent. Like these jokes to me just aren't jokes like supposed to be funny, and then they'll like just offend people in the process. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Anyway, moving on to the next one. Oh, yes, what a classic. Using the R word. Why? Many disabled people have spoken about how we don't like the R word being used. Some disabled people have decided to reclaim that word for themselves, and that's fine. But if you are not disabled, you shouldn't be using that word. It's not a word that many disabled people like, so why are you using it? It doesn't make any sense to me. It's literally harmful. And in my opinion as well, like not all disabled people necessarily should be reclaiming the R word. You can let me know your thoughts on this down below. I'm just one disabled person. I'm not all disabled people, but to me, not every single disabled person in the past was called the R word. So I do feel a little bit uncomfortable about like every disabled person being like, well, I can say it. And then I have seen disabled people then using it in like an ableist way. And a lot of the time when we're using the R word, even when we're reclaiming it, we're still using it in like a negative way a bit. And so I think it's like a sticky topic. I do think that people who have been called it in the past should be able to reclaim it, of course. But yeah, it's a bit odd to me. It's a bit of a like sensitive subject. And as always, you can let me know your thoughts down below. But I definitely do not like non-disabled people using it as a negative. It's just offensive, and it doesn't make any sense to me. Like, why would you actively go out and offend people for fun? Like, it's just like disabled people have said this so many times, like, please stop using it, and then people are like, yeah, I'm still going to use it, and you're like, right, okay, great, thank you. Right, moving on to the next one, and I believe it might be another one of the similar topic. This is just many people who you are going to be offending when saying that are going to be able to understand you. And even if somebody cannot understand you for whatever reason, doesn't mean that you should be actually using words against them, because their friends and their families will be able to understand you, and it also just makes you look mean. So just because somebody doesn't understand you, same way if somebody speaks a different language to you or anything like that, you shouldn't be mean to them or make fun of them just because they don't understand you, because trust me, your body language and things like that comes across and people are gonna know that you're being mean about them, even if they don't necessarily know the word or whatever. Why would you just bully someone that can't understand you? That makes zero sense to me again. Like, what? Okay, moving on to the next one. This is going to be a controversial one because you're going to be like, well, that doesn't seem ableist, but I'm going to explain why it is.
You have to stop eating fast food every single day. Spending money on food is still spending money, FYI. I'm talking to those of us who Postmate a $5 meal for 20 bucks. Come to Food TikTok and let me take care of you with some delicious and easy recipes.
Right, so this obviously doesn't look ableist. The theme isn't like ableist. They're not saying the R word. They're not being openly horrible to disabled people. But I just want to talk about why this like mindset can be harmful to some people. So some people can't cook. It's too much for them to cook. They're not able to cook. And so some people need to use takeaways and get deliveries to be able to access their food. I am somebody who really struggles with eating because of my sensory issues. I really struggle with it. So sometimes I'll like buy myself food and I won't be able to eat it because my brain is just like, no, we can't have that today. I also really struggle with cooking because I have a lot of joint pain in my hands, and I'm also dyspraxic, so like timing foods is really, really difficult. I'm very lucky to have a partner who is able to cook for me, so I'm kind of able to eat at home a lot of the time. But if my partner wasn't with me, I would be relying a lot more on takeaways and things like that. So if somebody is unable to cook, we shouldn't be shaming them and being like, well, you're spending this much money on food and it's still money that you're wasting, blah, 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 and just be focusing on the fact that people are eating, which is a positive thing. I think I might have spoken about this one before, I can't remember, but if you're eating, however you're eating, or however you're accessing your nutrients, whatever that looks like for you, you are doing an amazing job. Do not feel guilty for needing to have takeaways, for having ready meals and things like that. We shouldn't be shaming people for accessing the food, because some people, cooking food is just not accessible to them, and that is okay. Access your food however you need to access it, and that is okay, and you shouldn't be shamed for it, and you are valid and it is okay. Right, moving on to the next one.
So we're at CVS right now and I'm gonna try this thick water. Ew. This consistency is so gross. It's like Jell-O. What does it smell like?
I can't smell anything.
It smells like gum to me. Look how it pours. It reminds me of slime. This cannot be good for you. We're gonna try it. One,
no.
2, 3.
Oh my god.
Yeah, some people need to have thick water to be able to drink. My family members in the past have needed to have thick water. If you're unable to drink water without choking, or maybe like you're lying down and things like that, sometimes you need to chew your water. And I don't think we should, one, be buying supplies of people that actually need thick water, and two, be like making fun of thick water and saying that it's bad for you. It's not bad for you, it's an access need to many people, and going and buying it for a TikTok trend and then selling it out could literally mean that somebody isn't able to access their water. There are multiple reasons why somebody might need that water, and to just go and like sell it out and be like, oh, haha, look at this nasty water, one, makes the person feel bad that they need to drink that water, and two, may mean that they're not able to access it, could raise prices up as well. If lots of people want to buy it, could make things more expensive. Please just leave things that disabled people need for disabled people and stop making it a trend or a joke. It's just like, I knew about this water for ages. It's not something that I've personally had to have. It's just not interesting to me. Like, it's just water. Some people need it to be able to access their water. That's fine. Access it however you need to access it, and don't make fun of it, and don't buy out things that people need to be able to access. Like, no, is that just me? I mean, you know. Okay, this one I didn't actually look for, and I was really surprised when it came up on my For You page, and you will see why.
Come back and fight like a man, you vegetable!
Oh my god, calling disabled people vegetables. Some disabled people are better at you than football. Sorry about it. And let's just not call disabled people that. It's not okay, it's gross. Disabled people are not vegetables. Please don't call us that. I mean, I don't think this is a word that people have called me, but obviously I have seen it being used, and it is disgusting, and again, makes no sense. And it's just like, why can you not like just call people actual intelligent insults instead of just being horrible about somebody? I don't know. Anyway.
I meant names, not insults.
Have you seen any ableist trends on TikTok? Or just let me know how your week is down below. If you did like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel down below. It's free and you get to see more of me. Look after all of you at the moment. If you do want to keep up to date with me outside of YouTube, please follow me at DisabledLiza across all social medias. And you can email me at disabledliza@aol.com. Look after all of you at the moment. Stay safe, wash those hands, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!